Hey Libra, welcome to Sweet Tea Astrology and Tarot. My name is Erica. Why don't you sit a spell so we can talk about the stars? So how's life treating you? I hope you're well. As you can tell, I'm getting over being sick. I'm so sorry. Coughing fit. I thought my medicine had done kicked in before I started this. Guess not. My apologies. Eclipse season is ending. How you feel about that? Another thing to look forward to, it's fixing to be your birthday month. Happy birthday, Libra. To all the early Libra babies, that is. Let's go ahead and talk some stars. On the 16th of September, we will be experiencing a 24-degree Pisces full moon prenumbral lunar eclipse. And this is going to be occurring in your 6th house, the house of work and health, or competency and skills that you bring to the services that you provide. This is the Virgo ruled house, and we have Mercury retrograde in Virgo right now, so take it easy, y'all. This full moon will be in conjunct Venus, the planet of love, beauty, and harmony, in your sign, Libra, which means balance is required in your 1st house. And congratulations, because Jupiter just moved into your 1st house, and that means you should be experiencing expansion, achievement, and maybe even a little bit of excess weight this year because of Jupiter's transit. If you aren't wanting to deal with that extra little bit of weight that Jupiter may bring you, just hit it extra hard in the gym and you should be fine. But the 1st house speaks to your Aries ruled house of personality, physical body, and appearance. So, there will also be a square present during the full moon, and that will be the full moon squaring Mars in Sagittarius. Mars is the planet of energy, impulse, and aggression, and the square means that there will be tension present. This is occurring in your 3rd house. The 3rd house is the Gemini-ruled house of your cousins, your siblings, and your neighbors, people who are on the same level as you, if you will. It's also governing short-distance trips, so that's your commute locally to work or school and back. Also your communication. So that's how you speak, how people hear or understand you, how you hear or understand others. It also covers your technological devices that get your communication out into the world. And it covers the technological devices that help aid you in your commute from A to B. So that can be your cell phone, your tablet, your computer, the modem. It can be your vehicle or your means of transport. And if it doesn't touch on that area, it may be affecting you by construction, making your commute be delayed a little bit. Just watch your speech and watch the road rage, because that can really manifest with Mars being there. Be careful, breathe, woosah. Put on your calm classical music while you're driving, or even better, just breathe and use that time for quiet time and focus on what you're doing. We've occurred. Y'all, I can't talk and I'm drugged up with medicine. We've had eclipses occur already. This was a rare eclipse season. We have had, it will be 3 eclipses in total, and we're used to having them only come usually 2 at a time. So this was rare. The first eclipse of eclipse season was 25 degrees of Aquarius on August the 18th, and this occurred in your 5th house. The 5th house is the Leo ruled house of your pleasure, your creativity, your social life, and your children. This is the house where you fall in love, and this is the house where you make your babies. So it was a full moon prenumbral lunar eclipse, so this could have been dealing with a closing, a resolution, or an ending in that area of life. On the 1st of September, we had a new moon solar eclipse at 9 degrees of Virgo, and this occurred in your 12th house. This also had a T-square with it, so let's talk about that. The 12th house is the Pisces ruled house of secrets. It's the secrets you keep from yourself. It's secret enemies. It's your self-undoing. It is your repression. It can be karma. It can be the limitations, the self-limitations that you impose on yourself. And the T-square involved your 3rd house and your 6th house. The 3rd house is the Gemini-ruled house of your communication, your short-distance trips, your siblings, cousins, and neighbors. And the 6th house is the Virgo-ruled house of your work and health and the competency and skills that you bring to the services that you provide. Now, I'm also going to have a video linked in the description below talking about September's astrology. It will be timestamp to where you can go straight to the full moon in that video and listen to the second half of September's astrology. I didn't go through all of that in this video because there was so much going on. I'm so glad I did it that way because I feel horrible right now. So this video is still going to be about the same length because of all the cards that I'm pulling and because I love y'all and I want to give y'all as many messages as I can. But back to the one more thing that I need to say astrologically. On the 30th of this month, I will be back to pull some more cards for you because we will be experiencing a new moon in your sign, Libra, in the first house. So it would be a good time to possibly implement a new exercise regimen since we've got Jupiter making an extended transit through your sign. Be proactive about it. The first house is the Aries ruled house of your personality, your physical body, and your appearance. It is the physical embodiment of who you are and how the world sees you. So with that, I'm going to transition over to the Tarot, Libra. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back, y'all. Hang tight. Hey Libra, I'm back with the cards, but before I start pulling, I'm going to show you the decks that I will pull for you concerning oracle cards. The first is the Butterfly Oracle cards for Life Changes by Doreen Virtue. I figured they were quite appropriate for this eclipse season, and it's actually the little gift that I got for myself when I reached the 1,000 subscriber mark. Thank y'all. The second deck that I'm going to pull is Sacred Rebels Oracle deck by Elena Fairchild. The artwork is by Autumn Sky Morrison, and it is a real fan favorite amongst many who watch this channel. Several of you have actually messaged me and told me that you bought the deck. I love that. I'm so glad I could share it with you. The third deck is the Journey of Love deck, and this is a brand new deck to me. This was a gift to me from my fiance for my 1,000 subscriber mark. And thanks to y'all, I'm going to have to start looking at more cards because I'm quickly looking at 2,000 subscribers. Thank y'all so much for being here. This Oracle card deck is by Elena Fairchild, and the artwork is by Razuli. There are 70 cards in this deck, and there is a poem that corresponds with each card in the deck. That poetry is written by Richard Cohen, and I plan on sharing that with you and the words by Elena Fairchild from the guidebook because it's a brand new deck for me. So with that, let's go ahead and get busy with our on-camera shuffle for my Libra friends for the September full moon. I'm looking at your astrology notes, and what it's looking like to me is that you are either going to be dealing with some sort of, the full moon lunar eclipse is occurring in your work and health sector. So you're either going to be dealing with work, or you're going to be feeling ill, or you could be feeling ill and having to deal with going to work. Something about, okay, something about that. Let's see what just happened right here. And if it's 27 cards, I won't be able to read them all for you, but we'll see. Okay. You know what? There's 4 cards right here. We got the bottom card and the top 3 for clarity. I think that that's exactly how we're going to keep it. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, now this is the Healing and Meditation Oracle deck. I got this. It was one of the first decks that I bought for myself. Got it at a secondhand store, so I don't have the authors' names available to give y'all a shout out as to who it came from, but I do send loving energy and gratitude out to the authors and the publishers for this deck, and I'm thankful for the messages that I get and the ones that I can share with you. For my Libra friends for the September full moon. I'm going to cut. You're getting 2 cards because one just slid forward and would not stop. Almost like there was a hand or a finger just pushing it off the top of the deck. The next Oracle card that I will pull for you is the Doreen Virtue Life-Changing Oracle card deck. Butterfly Oracle cards for life changes. Let's see if I can do this. It's not pretty, but it works. I don't want to bend these cards. They're a little bit more fragile than the other oracle cards, and I don't like shuffling those cards the way that I would my tarot cards. I don't want them being bent. My tarot cards don't really, they're pretty flexible. We'll take it. I'm going to do the top card and the bottom card for y'all. I'll get better at shuffling those like that. But I started noticing I was losing the gold leafing around the edges by shuffling them kind of like I'm doing right here. I want to keep my gold leaf. It's pretty. My Libras know what I'm talking about. Y'all are all about having stuff look pretty. My fiance is a Libra rising, so. Hey, Jeremy. Okay. You got 2 cards. And now from the Journey of Love Oracle deck. This is also by Elena Fairchild. This card deck was also made by the same publishing company that made the Sacred Rebels Oracle deck. So the card stock is thicker and they're laminated better. Or thicker. I'm not going to say better. That's not. I'm just very, I've got rough hands. I am rough on things. So that one just kind of jumped out. What I'm going to do now is go ahead and hit my pause button, get these cards all flipped over, do the math for them, and I'll be right back. Y'all hang tight. Thanks so much for being here. Hey Libra, I'm back with your cards. Let's go ahead and get started. The card that I'm using as the underlying theme or the overarching energy and the way that they fell is the Devil card. Don't freak out. These pictures on cards just tell a story, okay? Let's look at this a little deeper. This is the 15th card of the Major Arcana. 1 plus 5 is 6. That speaks to the Virgo ruled house of your work and your health, or the competency and skills that you bring to the services that you provide. This full moon is occurring in your 6th house, and you also had on the 1st, the T-square was also touching on your 6th house. So 6th house may be important to you. It could be dealing with your work or your health. Devil's in the details on both situations. Be careful. Now, let's look at this a little bit deeper. The Devil card is a Major Arcana card. This card represents Capricorn. Capricorn governs over the 10th house. The 10th house is your career, your status, your reputation. It's also dealing with authorities, authority figures, and experts in their field. It's also your destiny. William Shakespeare said, all the world is a stage, and I see the 10th house as the stage that you approach the world on and how the world knows you. All right. I suggest you watch the September video that I'll have linked down below so you can hear about what's going on with Capricorn, because I know that there's movement into Capricorn, and pardon me. I also know that Pluto is in Capricorn right now, just on an astrological basis. The zodiac sign Capricorn may be of some significance to you as well. That could be their sun, their moon, or their rising. You will not know that unless you know their chart or they've given that information to you. This card represents persistence. It also represents to me confronting like one's self-imposed limitations, which would be like your addictions, which would be addictions can be to anything. People are addicted to the internet. People are addicted to their cell phones. People are addicted to sleep. People are addicted to sex and drugs. People are addicted to a litany of things. So there's no judgment coming here. This is just talking about what I'm seeing. just keep hearing devils in the details. If this is a health situation, you may want to get a second opinion if you're able to. Mercury is also in retrograde, or Mercury is retrograde in your 6th house. So that's another reason for you to take it slow, because the devil's in the details as well. Please be careful with your health and don't overdo it. If you are playing with extracurriculars, this is a card that signifies that you may go overboard. Protect yourself in all things, please. The first card in the top 3 for clarity that you got is another major arcana card. Lucky ducks. This is the Star card. The Star card is the 17th card of the major arcana. 1 plus 7 is 8. And before I go any further, I am being led to tell you one more thing about this card. The majority color of the background is black, which makes me want to remind you that it is always darkest before dawn. And I wish I could speak. Now, 1 plus 7 is 8, because this is the 17th card of the major arcana. The 8th house is ruled by Scorpio, and it governs a broad variety of things. It covers other people's money. That can be loans, insurance payments, tax returns, scholarships, grants, money coming to you that you didn't earn through an hourly wage. It also covers the cycle of life, death, and rebirth or birth. It could touch on primal instinct or basic instinct. It could also speak to sexuality. With this card being here as well, it seems as though sexuality may be highly, may be of serious import to some of you Libras. Venus is in Libra right now, so I know y'all are feeling yourselves, and I love you for it. Just protect yourselves, please. I mean, Venus is your ruling planet. You can't help but feel good. I'm not hating. Don't get it twisted. Yeah, I've covered pretty much all of the 8th house. There's 8 stars. This could be divine guidance or intuition that you are dealing with being bestowed to you because of this full moon. If it's the case, then take it. It could also feel like it's a fated moment. This is a fate card for me. For me. That's how I see it. I see this as like an epiphany. Pardon me. I also see this as the need for balance and being fair in your distribution of things. It's also about being balanced in your emotions. 1 foot in the water, 1 foot on the ground, being able to be logical and emotional, the perfect balance of both. Non-reactive, observing first, and then disseminating the situation, and then possibly reacting if it's the appropriate time. The star is a major arcana card, represents the zodiac sign of Aquarius. And the Aquarians are very unique. They are abstract, they're humanitarian, they're inventive, they're revolutionary. I was trying to explain to my fiance, I've gotten on a kick of watching just recently. It happened a few days before Alexis Arquette passed. And I don't know why. I guess it was just the psychic energy of that event coming around the bend. I'm not sure, but I was just led to start watching this show. So I was like, all right, let's do this. But I'm trying to explain to him in an astrological term, you know, a little bit about Aquarius. I said, you know, when I think of Aquarius, I think of things like the drag race. And that's not being judgmental. Don't get your panties in a wad. It's that abstract, out of the box, not normal, flying their freak flag. I've I am all about y'all the Aquarians, so don't get mad at me. But when I was describing it, I was like, it's very Aquarian to me. It's a lot of bucking convention, if you will, bucking at convention. The anti-conservative is what I think of when I think of Aquarians. And that's not to say that Aquarians are liberal or their leanings. That's just what I think of when I think of that sign. We are smoothies. We have different energies going through us. We have a little piece of the zodiac in each of us. Some more stronger than others. That's why I like to call our charts our own special recipe. But the star card represents being inspired. It can also represent happiness. It could feel like a moment of fate, and it's a instant chemistry type situation where the happiness comes around. Just remember to remain balanced. Talked about the number. Okay. The middle card is the Five of Swords in reverse. The 5 speaks to the Leo-ruled house of pleasure, social life, children, and creativity, where you fall in love and where you make your babies. You did have a full moon prenumbral lunar eclipse in your 5th house on August 18th. So this could be reverberating energy playing out through that, where you're dealing with a situation of possible pettiness. It could be you, it could be somebody coming at you, it just depends. Because this is a sword, I see it being you, but it may not be. The swords represent air sign energy. The air signs are Gemini, you, Libra, and Aquarius. I just spent a lot of time talking about Aquarius. It may be an Aquarian as opposed to you. It may be an Aquarian coming at you or somebody with strong Aquarian energy. Let me hold this up right so y'all can see what it looks like. These people are sick of this dude's shit. They're walking off. They're tired of it. They don't even care. They're throwing down their swords. I mean, think about it. Back when these cards were drawn, swords were a big damn deal. That was your means of protection. That was sometimes your means of survival. Why you just gonna throw it down and walk away? Is it because it don't matter? It really don't matter? You have 0 F's to give at this point? Or they have 0 F's to give at this point? The silver clouds in the background also make me want to remind you that there is silver lining throughout this situation. You have the tools in your hands to receive it. You just have to do the work to get it. It's not going to jump up in your lap. The majority background card for the majority color of the background for the first 2 cards is blue. And that means that it's going to be a highly emotional time, which, I mean, seriously, no duh. It's the eclipses. It's emotional for everyone. I can't think of one person that's like, yeah, zippity-doo-dah, everything's going great for me. I found out that my debate coach's daughter had a brain biopsy just 2 days ago. And I can't help but think of the conjunction between Uranus and Eris and Aries, and if you're an astrology nut, you probably get that connotation. It's dealing with the head. And Uranus is a shock, and Eris is discord. Warrior princess energy. It's a fierce energy. But that baby girl is in ICU right now, and she's up. She's able to communicate. She's, I mean, obviously in pain, but there's not been any report on what the biopsy has said so far. So if you could, please keep Emily Gibson in your prayers. I would be forever grateful. She is a beautiful little soul, and nobody should have to go through that, but especially a child. But back to your reading. I'm sorry. It comes. What can I say? It comes. But this is a card of being tired of the verbal argument, being tired of the debate. This is saying to somebody on Facebook, you know what, we can agree to disagree. I don't even care anymore. The third card you got is the Six of Pentacles upright. And I think of you whenever I see this card, Libra, because of the scales right here. So there's a little synchronicity for you. The 6 speaks to your 6th house, which we are having the eclipse in, and you experienced the solar eclipse touch on this house as well. The 6th house is the Virgo ruled house of the competency and skills that you bring to the services that you provide, your work, and your health. So the Pentacles energy represents earth sign energy. The earth signs are Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Can't help but say, hey, this guy's Capricorn right here. Another thing, the Pentacles can represent money, resources, anything that you would expend on another human being, another living thing, or another situation. It's time, it's energy, it's love, it's devotion, it's nurturing, it's your energy. It's a resource that can be expended. So, you might be getting communication. I don't know why I'm saying this, but it came to me with looking at these 2 cards. You might be getting communication from the bank about something as well. And it could be wrong information because the swords are in reverse, but it's like I could totally see somebody getting a phone call or an email saying, "Hey guy, you haven't paid your such and such," and you have. And having to call back and say, just be balanced in your speech and be balanced. Be abstract. Be detached. Don't embrace this guy. All right. The 6 of Pentacles, as just a card for me, represents balance in your spending. And it's also a card of being thankful for what you have, because it doesn't take much but a couple of coins to tip the scales in one's favor. It doesn't take but just one eclipse to make this guy, who is the benevolent giver, it doesn't take but just one eclipse to put him where these guys are. And it doesn't take but just one eclipse to put these guys where he is. It's a cycle. So be grateful for what you have resource-wise. Even if it isn't exactly what you want, it's probably better than what you have had before. And it is most definitely better than a lot of the people around you, I'm willing to bet. I did the math for this card spread. It totaled up to be 43. 4 plus 3 is 7. And that speaks to the Libra ruled house of partnerships, how you identify with others through your partnerships. And partnerships can be your business relationships, your intimate relationships. It can be your relationship with your parents or your children. Anybody that you have to team up with to get something done, that classifies as a partnership. It also governs counseling and open enemies. Open enemies is testifying in open court against someone, or I'm starting to see it as arguing with someone in an online forum, which is a lot like what I was talking about earlier. Now, we are having Jupiter moved into Libra on the 9th of this month. And Jupiter is the planet of expansion, achievement, and excess, going overboard. Don't go too crazy with it, okay? Whatever it is, it's manifesting, because Jupiter hanging out in your 1st house, it's going to be some expansion somewhere. If it's not achievement, if it's not expanding your work or your health situation, then it could be dealing with excess addictions and stuff. Remain balanced. You got 2 healing and meditation oracle cards. The first is warmth. I think now is a time for all of us to embrace warmth, and that's not something that I really have to give you Librans a pep talk on so much, but just remember that everybody's going through the same sort of energy. It's just hitting us in different spots in our chart. And I think this is a card to remind us to embrace kindness, and that yeah, it really doesn't cost anything to be nice. It doesn't cost a damn thing to be nice. Tiptoe lightly in the lives of others, for you do not know the battles that they fight alone. The warmth card reads, cultivating the quality of warmth can help us all to project a healthy balance of emotions, neither too detached nor too swift to take offense. This meditation is a valuable aid to achieving such a balance. Consider the following, Libra. In all your dealings, whether with strangers, friends, or family, gentle warmth helps to calm frayed tempers and lightens passionate exchanges. Use it as a moderating force. The thoughts on warmth read, what emerges from my heart finds its way into my daily life. My expression of warmth will contribute to the well-being of other people. My joy in giving happiness to others adds to my own contentment. Warmth binds me to others and diffuses hurtful emotions. The second card that you got was ritual. I think it'd be a really good time for you to possibly light a candle for the full moon. And if you are able to sit with your feelings, honor them, release them. These eclipses are a powerful time for us to release. I know I'm going to be doing everything I can to let as much of my baggage go down the garbage chute as I can. And that's part of the reason why I'm going to be doing that video explaining my story to y'all. Let me read you what this says. Meditation involves many ritual gestures and ceremonies. As long as they are performed mindfully, they will help to strengthen your intentions and contribute to enlightenment. Setting the stage is important for a ritual. Find a place that is special to you and create a focused environment. Burn incense or light a candle to help make it a sacred space. Consider the following. I am calm and still. I will release the pain that holds me down. As one door closes, another will open. I am ready to move forward. Holy guacamole. Sometimes I surprise myself after what I say. I read it off the card. It's like, hello. And it's not like I'm sitting there reading it to you and then reading it to you again. The next card that you got is parental care. Now, this could be dealing with the health of a parent, but I'm really seeing this more as you learning how to be your own parent or parents. And this isn't saying that you're going to lose a parent, but we are raised by human beings, some of them more flawed than others. That's a part of the journey that I'm walking down right now, trying to forgive that. Part of being a good parent to yourself is being able to forgive the parents that raised you for their shortcomings, however you see that. If this is not dealing with the health of a parent, this is definitely dealing with you needing to parent your inner child. This could also be that if you have children and your parents are still with us, that your children need to spend time with their grandchildren. Another message could be that you need to reach out to your parents. If you are estranged from your parents, this could be a card urging you to open the lines of communication again. You could be finding out about a pregnancy. you or someone close to you. The next card that you got is Religion and Spirituality. If you're watching a video like this, you are embracing a different facet of spirituality. Welcome. Religion and spirituality are two different things. They can be used together, but they are, in their own distinct right, two separate things. I like to use the analogy of salt and pepper. I'm finding more and more people are making a shift from an organized religion to a more individualized, custom path, I think would be appropriate to say. And that's not knocking organized religion. If that's what you do, if you enjoy that, then by all means, if it helps you, if it speaks to you, then that's a part of your path. I've been on that path. This could be a situation where you are wanting to learn more about spiritual things, or that you are wanting to start studying about a different religion, or even following philosophy as well. Listening to astrology, watching tarot videos, oracle card videos, that's all facets of spirituality. I suggest you embrace this growth. It's a good thing. The next card that you got, this is from the Sacred Rebels Oracle deck, is Visions of Life Beyond Death. I want you to go look up what the owl spirit animal totem means, what the raven spirit animal totem means, and what the peacock spirit animal totem means. Embrace whatever messages resonate for you when you do that. These are totem animals making themselves apparent at this full moon, because that's a moon right there, this full moon lunar eclipse, for you to help guide you through your path, through this time of transition. And it can definitely feel as though it is a metamorphosis type of situation. This is the 44th card of the Sacred Rebel Oracle card deck. 4 plus 4 is 8, and that speaks to the Scorpio-ruled house of life, death, rebirth, your primal or basic instinct, sexuality, regeneration, transformation, metamorphosis, or other people's money. This card does not mean that there will be death. Don't embrace that. It's not to say that there can't be either. Eclipses take things away from us, but I'm not trying to alarm anyone. I'm just trying to give what I'm seeing and what I'm feeling. She doesn't have her eyes open. Her eyes are closed. She's following her gut and her senses that are extra sensory to her. She doesn't need the logic behind it. Her heart is telling her where to go, and she's following. It's like she's being inspired by these spirit animals. I do think that it's beautiful that that card fell with the parental card as well, the parental care card. You could be having pretty powerful dreams. You had a new moon solar eclipse in your 12th house, and that is the house of dreams. The other Sacred Rebel Oracle card that you got, the Lanyap card, I think it's so pretty. Just focus on the light. How powerful a message is that? Do I even have to elaborate? The reality of this existence is, without darkness, we can't enjoy the light. And we have to go through the darkness so we can see the light, so we can understand what light is and appreciate it for what it is. Is it fun? No. Does it suck? Usually. The sunflower in the background is making me think of the Sun card in the major arcana. That card is representative of Leo. A Leo may be important to you. I also think that it would be very healing for you to try to get outside in the middle of the night during the full moon and try to soak up some of that full moon energy. Even if it's just sitting outside looking at the sky. Focus on the light. Don't let the negativity bring you down. Don't let the circumstances take you down. Everything in this life is a cycle. Everything. What goes up does come down, but what goes down has to come back up again. The Journey of Love card that you got is the Bride Offers Herself. There's a little bit of synchronicity here. This is the 43rd card of this Oracle deck out of 70 cards. 4 plus 3 is 7, and that was the total that you got for your tarot card spread. 7 speaks to the Virgo ruled house of work and health, or the competency and skills that you bring to the services that you provide. And I'm going to sneeze, I think. I feel it coming. If that's the case, I'm sorry. Oh, this is the worst. It's that right at... Okay, I'm sorry, y'all. It didn't happen. Work and health, or the competency and skills that you bring to the services that you provide. The book reads, there is a sacred offering taking place, an offering of the divine feminine. She is offering herself to the mystery of unfolding, or the mystery unfolding, I'm sorry. This may manifest in a physical way in that a woman of great feminine wisdom is offering herself to you in friendship, love, spiritual companionship, or service in some way. This may manifest in a spiritual gift from the Divine Mother in the form of a life circumstance or situation, whether it is immediately recognized as a gift or not. To accept this offering as a bridegroom, accepting his bride with love, reverence, and respect will bring you good fortune. This oracle offers you a message. You should accept what is being offered now. Whether through challenge or an easing of the way forward, there is a gift of grace from the divine feminine reaching for you now. Allow her in and be blessed. This oracle also heralds a time of importance in a relationship. You have been revealing yourself and not being afraid of who you are and what you are, sharing yourself in willingness to connect. Your vulnerability and beauty is acknowledged and will attract the response you need at the perfect time and in the perfect way. Every bride shall have her bridegroom. The poem reads, how careful we must be close. How fragile we must feel. How sad not to be when someone is real. To say approach with caution when we already know that inside there's a likeness and experience goes slow. Well, Libra, I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope that you found it empowering and enlightening and uplifting. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. If you already have, thank you so much from the bottom of my very grateful heart. I'll be around for the new moon in Libra at the end of the month to pull some more cards for you. But until then, take care of yourself, please. Employ your self-care measures and be kind to yourself. Save some of that kindness for others because we're all going through this. I'll see y'all at the end of the month. Take care, Libra, and namaste, y'all.